Hey guys, J-Man here. Okay, I just realized that I changed the stream time to 8:15, but it still has tomorrow showing up. So that's weird. I don't know why it's like that. That's probably my fault. I probably messed it up. So what can you do? That's just how it goes. Anyway, I just got done on a stream on Chris's channel, The Comic Vet, and you can find the link to his channel in my description. So hold on a second. I'm just fixing up this here. All right, that's better. All right. So let's do a couple of updates really quickly. So we were going to do the stream tomorrow, but something came up. A lot of schedules got changed around, so we moved it to today. So I know it's last minute. This Friday, Sean and I are going to be doing a Transformers Rise of the Beasts kind of breakdown and thoughts, just initial thoughts and what we hope will be in the movie and what we think will happen. It's going to be kind of an open invitation, not completely open, like how I sometimes just post the link. If you want to be on it and you're a Transformers person, you can reach out to me. Flash by Night Comics is going to be joining us. That's on Friday. So that should be a lot of fun. We're going to just go through it. And I know some people are not looking forward to this movie, or we're not sure. Is it the Bayverse? Is it the Bumblebee universe? Because some of the designs, again, are different. We'll look at the toys and just all that kind of stuff, general Transformers talk. On Saturday, I'm going to be on Gray Malkin's channel, so 1407 Gray Malkin. He has been on many times. And Professor Bill's going to join us as well, and Sean might join us as well on that one. And we're going to be talking down and breaking down my favorite comic book of all time, just one-off comic, not like Watchmen or something, and not a run, just Giant Size X-Men #1. First appearance of a lot of characters. Some of the greatest characters in comics, at least in X-Men for sure. So that is what we're going to be doing on Saturday. Now, Monday, we're going to be doing our next episode of the Legion of Superheroes. We're going through every appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. We've already done the first, maybe 5 or 6 appearances. So we're going to be starting off next Monday with talking about the first appearance of Mon-El. So that's in Superboy number 89. So that's going to be on Monday. So really looking forward to all of that stuff. Loving the Legion stuff. We've gotten great feedback on that. It's probably my most popular thing right now. And also I want to thank everybody who's watching my reading Superboy, my Let's Read Superboy. I've been collecting Superboy comics, and I've been going through them and reading them online with you guys, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. They're super random, half-an-hour episodes. I'm really happy that everyone's enjoying those. So, thank you for watching all that stuff. All right, let's bring in. So let's get going here. Let's bring in my co-host. Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man.
All right. So let's get into our talk here. There's not a heck of a lot going down really on SmackDown. NXT had some interesting stuff, and Raw was like kind of an in-betweener. So the big thing for SmackDown, we had Damage Control talking, and they're already planting the seeds, which we've already discussed. Things didn't go the way they're supposed to. Bailey's funny. It's like, well, maybe you weren't ready, and which is great. And then, as we've already discussed, Bailey and Dakota are going to be a tag team. So they had a tag match, and it was Liv and Raquel versus Dakota Kai and Bailey. And then Isla Dawn and Alba Fire came out there as well. It was basically a roll up or whatever. Liv wins. I mean, like, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know. That's my response. It's just like,
I can't wait any longer.
Like, I don't know anything. I'm just like, stuff is happening. They're the tag champs for whatever reason they are. Now Bailey and Dakota, they lost. Bailey and Dakota Kai lost. So
Bailey and Dakota Kai lost, which again they faked a knee injury with Dakota Kai, which I didn't really understand why. Just to sort of, well, no, I know why. It's because they wanted Io Sky to try and interfere and not interfere successfully. And then this is the longest drawn out. What I've learned now about WWE watching more content, with you, is the WWE likes to draw out storylines almost as much as Disney writers like to draw out storylines in Disney Plus, like Marvel and Star Wars and all that.
And their own movies. And the Little Mermaid, whatever, live action remake is 2.5 hours, and the original cartoon's like 90 minutes. What the hell happens for 1 extra hour? Anyways, yep.
I was quite satisfied with the Little Mermaid's original runtime, but anyhow, I mean, they're just drawing this out. Like, Io Sky screwed up, and well, she didn't really screw up. I don't know who screwed up. I don't know. Maybe I screwed up. But anyhow, like it's drawn out. Lacey Evans, when she was doing that whole thing where she was like talking about her past, that was drawn out. The Cody Rhodes story is drawn out. Everything is drawn out, elongated, and I don't know for what purpose. And then you'll see stuff that will be mega teased one week, and then the next week it happens, and you're like, well, that could have actually been elongated, and this could have been shortened. It's like their entire timing is screwed up.
These are when I was a floor director for Rogers Television, this is stretch. So you would have to, you can't talk because the host's mics would pick it up. So you would give them either whiteboard messages, or you'd be like, this just means stretch out your talking. This is wrap up your talking, right? So it's like you have your little handset, and I'm like, guys, it's like, wrap this up. Like, let's go.
Yep.
And I do this a lot. So it's like my wife will sometimes see me do this, or because I'm so used to doing it. Right? And it's like, wrap it up. Let's go. Get this thing done.
Sean, who's on this channel, was the best for rapping because he would say rap as soon as the introductions happened.
Yeah, that was when I was doing audio. I wish, Sean was doing the directing, and I was either doing floor. Well, I only did floor directing a little bit. Mostly, I went on to audio because they needed someone on audio, so I would do audio. But Sean would be like, "Wrap it up," right? It's like, "Wrap this shit up. Let's go." So anyway,
we need this wrapped up. And the only other notable thing, because it was pretty much. I mean, Dakota Kai got some good offense, and Bailey did her usual stuff. Everyone did their usual stuff. Liv is used as a weapon, which I don't know if she wants to keep doing that because now she's legit hurt her shoulder. So using herself as a weapon and being thrown on the floor and all that, I know that's sort of her shtick now, but like that's not a long-lived shtick. Find a shtick that's not going to end up putting you in the hospital. That's my thing.
Right. Keep your shtick on the ice.
Yeah, keep your
shtick. Yeah, I know. It's like, now I'm a weapon. Okay, well now you're getting damage all the time.
Yeah. Like, I don't get it. Like she needs to calm down.
All right. Well, we had Bianca coming out for. Okay, this is okay. So Bianca came out, and then hey, Double C, what's going on? Oh no, the schedule's all wonky. We're trying to figure out something. We're trying to figure out a good day to do it, and it's just gonna be weird from now. We've decided that's just gonna be weird because there's too many things going on. I now have to keep a schedule. Because I have so many things on the go. I was just on Chris's channel, which is great. I love going on there showing comics. And then we're going to be on Action Elite. I think that's starting up again. And I've got so many videos to do. Tuesday, I just read comics all day. And then Wednesday, you think it's a break. And then I got to read Wednesday comics. So we're going to do these when we can. Because this is my I'm doing it. Well, they're all for fun. All my streams are for fun, obviously. I'm not reading Superboy comics because I think it's helping humanity. But this is my for fun stream, so I don't want it to get too regimented either, where it's like, oh, we feel like we have to do it. It's more like, yeah, you want to do it, let's do it, So we're doing it every week for sure, But just keep an eye out for the posts. Make sure you can do the people can hit the there's a little bell. You can hit the notification bell, and that'll at least tell you when it's coming up. So yeah, so Bianca was there. There's some championship celebration which we can talk about. It's the most nonsense thing ever. And then Asuka comes down, spits in her face, and leaves. And then Bianca. I've had 2 kidney stones, and I've been less troubled than Bianca Belair was from getting colored water spit on me. Like
she was acting like she just took a pile driver onto a cement floor. Like I don't know. Like, I was weirded out by her reaction. I'm like, Bianca, have you never taken a shot before? Like, this is nothing. Yeah. Like, she sold it like she just took a freaking 6 earthquakes. Like, I was like, come on.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad. But what the hell are they doing? It's like let's have a championship
celebration.
Celebration for why?
I think it's because she's the longest running.
Yeah, so celebrate it but she's not.
In the modern era, I don't know. They said something about it.
They said that's the modern era.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's not the longest. You know why? Because you gave it to what's her face, one of those. I don't know if it was Medusa or whatever. You gave it to one of them, and then you never defended it in 5 years or whatever. So it's like, oh, look, been champion for 5 years. Like, well, you haven't done anything. There needs to be a thing where if you're not there once a month, your championship's gone.
Well, I mean, I agree. Where's the 30-day defend rule? I think someone asked that the other day. Yeah, exactly, Double T. She acted like she got acid spat on her. It's ridiculous. But, like, that's why Roman Reigns is going and challenging for the tag team belt. So he hardly wrestles for the heavyweight belt. And you're going to try and give him this.
Yeah, so he could not wrestle with that belt?
You just don't have any belts.
Roman Reigns, where belts go to die. Yeah, we're thinking of discontinuing this title. Oh, I know. Let's give it to Roman. I want to see Roman Reigns with a belt around his neck, 1 belt on each shoulder, and then 2 belts on his like I want it to be belt man. Like he.
I had a wicked idea the other day of a NWS team. I like the idea of the team called the Pantheon. I really like that idea. And what I'd like them to do is to come in and attack every champion and take the belts off them. And then show up on Raw one day and just drop all the belts in the middle of the ring and say, all of your champions are vulnerable. All your belts are worthless. We're the Pantheon. We're here to like take over.
Right.
I like that idea. Of course,
and then their first appearance, they trip and fall on their faces.
They trip and fall, and their stormtrooper helmet falls off.
And that's like the Pantheon. And then the Pantheon's dead. You're like, no.
Then Jesus comes out and he says, "You got a date Wednesday, baby."
It's like, no, we had 5 years worth of storylines. It's like,
5 years. I mean,
Shockmaster was going to be the number 1. All right, so that was really it for SmackDown.
That was it. There was 2 things, and I don't know whatever happens on SmackDown stays on SmackDown, obviously, because like I can hardly remember by the time we talk about it. It's like.
Yeah, SmackDown. Yeah, all these shows need to be on at once so I can remember what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we had Raw, and we had the complaint department. Yes, my favorite tag team. No title defense because Liv was injured, so they weren't going to do that. So then they decided the match wasn't there, but it was supposed to be Raquel versus Chelsea, and that was going to take place later that night. Complaint department is literally my favorite tag team right now. Yeah. Easy, more than Sami Zayn and
Kevin and Sami are great because I love Kevin Owens. Just like why are we just fighting the same team over and over again? And I like him. Like he's all excited. He's like, oh, there's someone new to fight. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, Arkham.
But otherwise, yeah, the complaint department is the best. They didn't come out in the red though, so that sort of sucked. It was black this week.
It was black this week. Yeah, I like the red, but they still look good.
Yep.
So that's that. Then we had Bex. I'm wearing my new acid. I don't know if you can tell. It's not black.
Acid
it's
wash.
like that acid wash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my acid wash, Becky, and Bex came in. It's like, oh, I asked for help and all that, and and whatever. It's like, okay. So I mean, Becky Lynch doesn't need a belt. She's awesome. So this is good. I'm okay with what they're doing with her, with Trish. Give Trish one last go around. Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with 2. Like, if you're going to have Becky fight someone who she hasn't fought before, like, they're obviously setting her up for Rhea after this, and that will probably be the SummerSlam match. Right. But I'm cool with her taking on Trish Stratus because Trish is still in awesome shape. She's a legend. She can still hold her own in the ring, and who wouldn't want to see Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus?
Yeah. And if they're wearing clothes, well, we'll still watch it.
I mean, clothes optional.
Yeah.
Like one of those beaches, clothes optional.
Yeah, I've been to one of those.
Oh yeah.
It's mostly poached eggs, so I wouldn't. Yeah.
That's the problem. It's not Baywatch, guys. When you go to one of those, it ain't Baywatch.
No, it ain't. I saw 1 or 2 Baywatches, and I'm like, yeah, all right, but there's a lot of other ones. It's mostly like you're mostly like this the whole time. We had Rhea Ripley, Natalia. It's like, oh, you're not giving the women respect or whatever. I mean, that'll be a good match, and Natalia will lose.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I mean, Natalia's there to just put people over and do whatever.
Yeah, she's more of a challenge than Zelina Vega is, and I like Natalia coming out and just saying, she's like the locker room leader, so I like her facing up Rhea. That makes a lot of sense based on what's been going on. So.
Yep.
I'm always good for a Natalia fight. I think a good match. Rhea will beat her, and moving on to Becky Lynch. So,
yep. We had Zoe Stark there, Nikki Cross there, and Candice comes in, and you're like, okay, like, what is this leading to? I don't know.
Well, it's Zoe versus Candice next week. I guess they're like,
well, Candice is going down.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they're just like, we need to give Zoe Stark stuff to do, but we can't give her something too strenuous because she's new. I have no idea. Like, I don't understand how WWE, like, when they go up to the main roster, it's like no one knows who they are. You don't think anyone watches NXT? Like, we watch NXT. We know who Zoe Stark is. Put her against Rhea. Like, Zoe Stark needed a championship run. I don't know. She didn't get an NXT with the belt. I'm like, all right, cool. Then give it to her on the main roster. You can't keep having the same 2 people run around with the belts. It gets boring. Case in point, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, I'm so done. I'm like so done with Roman Reigns. I'm like, I'm done. And I like Roman Reigns, but you're making me not like him.
I hate to say this, but Gunther's starting to get there a bit too, like where no titles change hands ever. And I'm like, none of these guys are not like, guys who I'm like, oh, wow, they're awesome. They should have the belts for longer than guys I grew up with who I loved.
Right.
Like Gunther shouldn't have it longer than Honky Tonk Man. Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Right. I'm a big time Honky Tonk Man fan. I like Gunther. He does show up every time and he does do stuff. So, and I like his character of the ring general, and so I like him better than Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
you're right. And at least he doesn't spend 5 years on the mic, saying random crap. It's like, yeah, but it's like he talks. You're like, okay, but you do defend the belt, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, he does.
It's like Roman Reigns is talking. It's like, but we never see you. You only talk. So it's like, and I agree, nobody should, like, Honky Tonk Man was awesome. He shouldn't go past his thing, but I'm okay with him. If he is going to beat it, which I think he is going to beat it, I think that's what they're doing, I won't be mad.
Right.
Like, I won't be like, oh, F this sucks. right? I'll just be like, oh man, that sucks, but I guess someone had to eventually beat
Yeah,
it. But like
it's
Roman
just.
Reigns needs to be done.
I mean, I don't think I agree with giving titles value and not having them change hands 6 to 8 times a year, which is
Yeah.
what it seemed like they were doing. But having guys hold it for 3-4 years is just like, okay, guys, come on. It's just getting
Right.
boring now.
No, I don't know
No,
if where do
unfortunately.
we don't do we get it in Canada?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I don't think we get it in Canada. Unless we do, and I don't know about it, but I can't find it.
Well,
I
back
could,
in
I
the
could,
day, we had to watch it at midnight.
yeah, I did watch it back. I did watch that back in the day, and I was not friends, but I was in touch with Jacqueline Hyde from
Yeah.
then, and she sent me a picture, and she wrote a whole thing out. And she's Croatian, and I'm Croatian, so it was pretty cool. Like I had a website for her, and she actually like wrote stuff for my website on her. It's crazy to think that's how like close. I mean, it was really small, right? So, but anyway, that was really
They
neat.
were cool, man. Those women of wrestling ladies.
That was neat. So we had Raquel versus Chelsea. I actually really wanted Chelsea to win. And she's from Victoria, BC. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew she was Canadian. Yeah.
Yes. So let's give her the Canadian. Let's give her the Strange Brew. Doesn't really fit, but it'll work. I got to get some more stuff from Strange Brew, but anyway.
It's in the Canadian Criminal Code, eh? Yeah. Like there's legal precedent setting cases in law.
I would actually clip that entire scene, but I think people would just be like, "What is happening? Why is this?
Why is this happening?
Like, why is this happening?
Why is this 2 minutes, 3 minutes long?" Like,
I love that scene so much. Okay, so we had Raquel versus Chelsea. I've never wanted. I love Raquel; she's great, and I love Liv as well. Both one of my favorites. But I just wanted Chelsea to win I actually want Chelsea and Sonya to do something with this. I really, because it'd be a nice change.
yeah.
It would just be, it's like, let's have champions, let's have them win. Like Sonya Deville's been there a long time. I like Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
I actually I want her to win. I want her to, I don't know. There's something about her. I just like her. I love the character. I had such great ideas I love those characters like, IRS and these kind of these weird characters where it's like you could actually
characters,
you could do so much with her. Like remember we came up with so many cool ideas for her. Yeah. And the complaint department, man, I could really work with that.
Oh yeah, the complaint department is awesome, man. Because it's like, where's your manager again and all of this, and I don't know, like they have gold here. I don't think they realize it though. Chelsea I love her finishers. Instead of the I'm prettier, it's I'm prettier. I think that's awesome.
Yes, I'm prettier. Yes. Okay, so we had that. We had the Tahana bomb.
Boom. And then Ronda and Shayna
kicked the shit. Well, okay, Ronda. I know you're like half and half on Ronda, but okay, she came like Johnny Cage out of the side of the screen. I was like, this is hilarious. Like it's like all of a sudden like a super fly sidekick. I'm like, it actually got me. I'm like, what the hell? Ronda just kicked the crowd. I'm like, she did that Johnny Cage Mortal Kombat 1. Well, Liu Kang does it too, but like Liu Kang. Yeah, no, Johnny. Yeah, sorry, she did the Liu Kang. It's forward kick.
Yeah,
line
kick. Yeah.
Yeah, like holy crap! I was like, I just got nailed. I'm like, this is great, man. And then they just kicked the shit out of her. And it's like, so I guess are they back now? I don't know if they're back or what. I do like them as a tag team.
Yeah.
I don't just live in Raquel.
I don't know, but Ronda versus Bianca or Ronda versus Rhea has a nice ring to it. It'd be versus Rhea, and that has a hell of a nice ring to it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I don't know. That's something I would really want to see. I want to see Rhea earn it. She hasn't. I'm not saying she hasn't earned her place, but she's not earned this erratic. She beats up men. Okay, but she always like, she doesn't face them. She always hits him from behind or nails them. Yeah, she has power. She power slammed like Luke Gallows, who's like the size of a small elephant. Okay, I got you there. But like she hasn't like her first challenge is Zelina Vega, who is literally the size of a 12-year-old child. Like and Natty's good, but Natty's 40 something. I want to see her versus top competition. Then we'll see the Eradicator. She beat Charlotte. Cool. But Charlotte was on the way out. Charlotte wanted to go bodybuild. Like face the big ones now. I want to see her versus Raquel. I want to see her versus Bianca. I want to see her versus Zoe Stark. I want to see her versus Ronda Rousey. I want to see her versus actual frigging competition.
Yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, this body, I gotta change up our roster down here. But yeah, like I know, I heard she's going into bodybuilding, and it's like, well, is she doing the fitness, the fitness classic or whatever? Because like, I don't want her to become into one of these like super
bulky,
like I mean, the women's division of that is, I don't know if they have like the full like there's different classes, and I don't know the names of all of them. But like, there's just like fitness, bikini, that kind of thing. So maybe she's going to go into one of those competitions. But yeah, that was it really that's it for Raw. So we're on to NXT.
Vignettes and Monday, but there's only one match really.
Yeah. All right. So we had Jade, who's one of my favorite. Ronda versus Asuka. That'd be interesting.
I would love to see that double C. I think Ronda. I mean, I think there's still stuff you can do with Ronda Rousey. I know she wants to be in that tag team, but there's still a lot of dream matches I think you could have with her individually. I think Asuka's on, her second wind. Like, I legit want to see her beat Bianca Belair. It ain't happening. I'm not stupid, but I legit want to see it happen.
Yeah. I really like Bianca Belair, so
yeah, I do too.
I'm totally okay with her. I'm okay with the two champions right now.
Right.
Let Bianca go a little bit longer, because Wendy Richter or I don't know who, like whoever it was who has the longest rating.
Well, Moolah was like 36 years or something.
Okay, so Fabulous Moolah, yeah. So it's like that's never gonna So Fabulous Moolah
didn't defend it every Wednesday.
Ever.
Right.
Like you never saw her, right?
Right.
So I would almost call that like
asterisk. You gotta get back.
Yeah, asterisk. Like this is not, you did not, like they just forgot. That's like saying Dana Brooke is the longest 24/7 champion, or Nikki Cross. Who won?
Nikki Cross was the last one she threw in the garbage.
Right. So Nikki Cross now is the longest reigning 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
It's like, well, she never does anything with it. Right. Neither did Moolah. Like I saw Moolah fight twice or something my whole life, or whatever WrestleMania she fought in. Anyway, we had Cora Jade versus Fallon. I like both people. DDT, Jade wins, which I knew was going to happen. You know what they shouldn't do? Note. This is the J-Man note to the writers, whatever, of NXT or any wrestling thing. Never show us the brackets.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like soon as one person wins one, you know all of it.
Yeah. Oh, I already know what the tournament's going to be.
Right. So Cora Jade won, and I don't have the bracket. I didn't write the bracket.
She's first Lyra Valkyria.
Okay, so she'll win there.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Tiffany versus
Roxanne.
So if Cora wins against Lyra, then Roxanne has to win against Tiffany.
And then Roxanne beats Cora at Battleground.
Right, and she gets so there you go. Yep. And then the other possibility would have to be Tiffany versus Lyra, which wouldn't be really as exciting as Cora versus Roxanne.
I gotta be honest with you, they could be daring and do Cora versus Roxanne because
Or Cora versus
Cora versus Tiffany. Sorry,
Tiffany, right?
that would be brave. I
That'd be
don't.
very brave.
I don't see that happening.
No, that won't happen. So they shouldn't have showed that. The second they showed that screen, I'm like, oh, it's like that's it now, right? So I like Roxanne Perez though. And the other thing is like I legitimately like everybody there.
I know. There's no one who I'm really like you. This person sucks or whatnot. So
yeah, I like all of the ladies there.
Yeah,
I like all their characters. Now for NXT, I don't watch any of the men's. I literally fast forward all of it.
I will watch the men's if I see the women there. So like when Noam Dar was walking around, I watched because he was talking to Lash Legend and Miss Jackson.
I did see I like Lash Legend.
Yeah, she was funny, man.
And Miss Jackson was good too. Okay, then we had Thea Kiana have that argument or whatever.
First of all, I love how Duke Hudson is off to the side grading papers.
Yes, that is
decided this was what Duke Hudson was going to do is a genius. Duke Hudson needs to grade papers a lot.
Yeah, and they're like, the guy's like, I don't know if Duke even knows the match is over.
He's like, oh, and he's like, I gotta ask Duke's permission. Duke, are you good? Yeah, do whatever you want. And he's like, what do you mean you have a match?
Yeah, so he's like, you said I could. It's like, oh.
I love Thea Hale. I want Thea Hale legit. I don't care who she's fighting. I want her to win every match.
She's awesome.
Every match.
We didn't talk about the match with Jade and Fallon actually.
It was okay. Like I found it like here's the problem. This is going to sound odd because this is the entire point of the exercise. I don't like wrestlers with injury during a match and they just focus on that.
Right.
It gets boring for me very quickly. Even though it makes sense and it's like, oh, they're doing. I'm cool with Ronda Rousey snapping an armbar up without working over the arm. Right. Because the armbar is devastating. You can't really get out of it. Like, you look at that Kimura lock that Brock Lesnar uses. I legit don't know how you get out of that. Like, I legit don't know how you get out of that. And he doesn't have to work over the arm. And I'm literally like, you'll break his arm. Like, we saw Warrior, the Joel Edgerton character, dislocate Tom Hardy's shoulder in the movie with a Kimura lock. It's like Bret Hart didn't need to work over the legs for the sharpshooter to be effective.
Right.
I don't like injuries during matches because if they're not legit, because it's to me, I'm like, okay, she'll just hit her leg and hit her leg and hit her leg and hit her leg. I'm just like,
And they keep, and the problem is that the entire match becomes about that, right?
Yeah.
That's
the
it's
problem.
like that's what you're saying. It's like, it's just like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. And then Fallon will run and do a move. And then it's like, oh, my knee. And I'm like, well, it didn't look so bad 2 minutes ago. You were running at full force. It's fake. Right. It rarely works, and it drags a match down.
I found this one. I'm gonna keep that. That's a keeper.
Yeah. But I don't know, like Fallon. She's just one of those mid-card people who occasionally wins, but she just seems to be there to like fill a bracket, basically.
Yeah, I do like her, but yeah. All right, so then the match didn't happen. That was just Thea and Kiana having an argument, and then we had Danny Palmer who was attacked.
I sincerely hope the person behind this is Wendy Chu.
Oh, that'd be good. No, it's not Wendy Chu. I could, unless they're pulling the old. Remember in Scream they'd pull the old. That actor ain't in that costume. You know, it's like sometimes they reveal who it is. You're like, no, you weren't in that costume a minute ago. Right? It's like that was a stunt person. It's like the person attacking them. I'm trying to pause and see their body or whatever. Yeah. Like you could tell if it's Kiana James or like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, but that ain't Wendy Chu.
No.
unless it's someone else. You know, it's like you can kind of tell that it's not those people.
I wish, or Valentina Feroz, that would be good. It would give her something to do.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that would be she would be all right. Like it's not Electra Lopez.
No.
Like you can kind of tell like it's like that's not their body, right?
Yeah. You know Electra Lopez's body when you see it.
Yes.
Damn.
I should have had this ready. This would have been. This would have been funny. Hold on. Where is it?
Woo! You got a day Wednesday, baby.
I'm gonna use that as a different meaning now. I think that'll be all. Because he does the woo.
The pelvic thrust. A pelvic thrust has always been used in the funniest lines in human history.
Well, him doing that is it goes so high. Like,
like he dislocated a hip doing that one.
I think that might be one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is where Superman crushes Zod's hand.
Yeah. In
Superman 2. That's my favorite scene. My next favorite scene is probably Conan praying to Crom for the first and only time, where he says, "If you do not listen, then the hell with you," which is like, well, is that how you end prayers? Like you need. So that's my prayer. And if you're not listening, then to hell with you, buddy. Like that's. But I think this might be the entire thing. What's this bullshit? What's this damn rest shit? I don't effing care.
It don't matter to Jesus.
My favorite is you may have fooled the fox in the league office. It's like this. Just like completely random attack on the league office guys. They're like, what? We're just here. Like what?
A bowling league.
It's a bowling league, buddy. Like, what's your problem? No, that scene can make me laugh on any occasion. It's like, oh my god! All right. So JC Jane had her little interview. I'm confident and whatever. That's fine. I like JC Jane. Lash Legends and Miss Jackson and the whole that guy with the trophy who I don't know who that is, but that was like that was random. Then we finally got Thea versus Kiana, and Duke is like literally like,
yeah, he's praying, and then he looks up, he's like, yeah.
So yeah, okay.
Thea Hale has a lot of going for her at this. Like, she put up a good fight for Kiana. I'll say it wasn't. Yeah. I was quite impressed. And I'm like, I was rooting for Thea the entire way. I knew she wasn't going to win, but like, I was rooting for her. I think Thea's a lot closer to being there than maybe they're giving her credit for what her character is doing. You know, I think there's more to her than they're showing. And I like how she's like, you know, I'm going to kick your ass and all that stuff. And she's, you know, she's like, she's feisty. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I was kind of like, I was thinking like, it'd be really neat if she won.
Yeah.
It'd just be a little different. Like something, it's like, oh, she won. You know, it's like, that's cool. Like we didn't think that would happen. That's what I was hoping Chelsea would win.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a complaint department. I don't know, like Sonia Deville. We were looking. I was trying to find like a GIF or something, and then Chelsea Green. I'll see if I can find like a GIF of the two of them to put on. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it was. I like where she was like kind of jumping up and down on Kiana's back or whatever. That was kind of funny.
She was doing that. She did the warrior shake of the ropes and stuff.
Yeah. She is the warrior. She's insane.
Yeah.
We had JC Jane versus Roxanne Perez. Pop Rocks. Gigi came out and beat her up. What'd you think of that match? What'd you think of that match?
It was all right. I mean, I can't stand Pop Rocks. It's just because the setup is too pronounced.
Right.
Like JC has to be down. Like the only time I saw it that was really good is when she did on Zoe because it was in a corner. Otherwise,
That was good.
I don't, and I love Booker T did the axe kick. The guy had to be there with this, kick in the stomach. Even
Right.
Stone Cold, but Stone Cold's stunner is instantaneous. Kick to the stomach, guy goes down immediately. Stunner.
Right.
Like I don't like things that are like kick to the stomach. Now she's got to climb up on her back. Now she's got to do this modified sunset flip, and I'm just like, it's not enough, man. Like, it's not enough. I like if you're going to do something like that, at least do what Bad Bunny does and do a Canadian Destroyer, which is a sick looking move.
Yeah, I agree. It's like sometimes it's just like if there's too many things that have to happen in order to pull this off, it's like it does break the suspension of disbelief or whatever. You're just like, yeah, is someone really gonna be in that position to do that? Like, yeah, Stunner's like Stunner, holy crap, right? Like,
yeah, out of nowhere,
and also with what you're saying with sometimes there's just like, working on it's like, oh, I got to work on your leg, or whatever. It's like, okay, like how come that doesn't, does that have to happen every time, or like why? If the move has to do that, then forget it, right?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that sort of thing. I don't like Pop Rocks. I actually don't like Pop Rocks. It's just it needs to be done by a taller competitor. Then it doesn't take so long to hop up on the back and do the flip. Like if Tiffany did Pop Rocks, I would believe it because she's taller. She can just straddle the person quickly and flip them. Roxanne's short.
And yeah, like JCJ needs to be reading a newspaper while hunched over.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just too long. Yeah, the ropes, that was on. Maybe she should stick to doing the ropes version.
Well, you see what Liv Morgan does. She waits till her opponent's like in the ropes and then she does Oblivion.
And then she does her thing, yeah.
Or even like Rey Mysterio. He always seems, even though the 649's like conveniently they're like draped over that middle rope. If you see what he does a Hurricanrana right by the ropes.
Yeah, he makes them happen.
It's somewhat believable.
Yeah, it is always like, oh, there they go. Here's the 619, right? But it's like at least he's trying to kind of set them up or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, but that was it. Roman Reigns. I mean, this is pretty fast. There really wasn't anything else to discuss. I mean, I would like to see Cora Jade as the champion or Tiffany, just because I like them. I put them over here.
Yeah.
But I like Roxanne Perez, so.
Yeah, I'm fine with Roxanne winning again because she never technically lost the belt.
Right.
They took it off her for whatever reason. And that reason is still weird. Like she got tired, so they took the belt off her.
That was weird. Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
I didn't quite understand. And then he gave it to Indy, and then Indy
got injured.
Got injured, and then she got drafted. And then it's like, okay, so now you need a champion again, and you're just going to give it back to the woman who you took it off because she was tired. Okay.
I haven't played this one in a long time.
That's a fucking 50 DKP minus!
Yeah. WWE makes some really weird decisions on booking, and they don't read the room. Like they always say, like Triple H has always said, it's not me who decides, it's them who decide. Well, if you're listening to the fans now,
they've already decided.
They've already decided. Right? Like, it's they who decide. Well, they've decided, like Rhea Ripley's getting cheered.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight is getting cheered. They're both heels. And they're both, like, LA Knight is getting cheered, and he comes out and he's like, they emulate his and all that. and he's fighting Xavier Woods.
I know, yeah, they like him, and it's like, what's going on? Like, do something with this guy.
Oh, I love LA Knight. I love his scene music. I like him coming. I love him. Let me talk to you and all that. I actually really like LA Knight, but he loses a freaking lot, and he's still a heel. I don't understand. I don't get. I will give them this. They got rid of the stupid Madcap Moss. He's now Riddick Moss, which is a lot better than Madcap. Madcap Moss is horrible. Just you never should have done that. That was a wrong. That was a definite 50 DKP minus. No one. But like I don't know. Like they're not reading the room in a lot of things. So the fans clearly want Cody to win at WrestleMania. He didn't. And it's like, well, we're going to prolong the story. Is that so? Like, do you have the Disney writers? Are they on strike? What is going on? Like the Disney writers write social justice thingy, and that prolongs for 10 pages, and it's just like, where's Ant-Man? I don't
they really like, I've been down ever since they've messed that up. Since Mania. And it's like, guys, sometimes you have to give the audience what they actually want. You have to give it to, like, I understand, look, you can't let Zelina Vega win because she's in Puerto Rico and that's going to be nice. It's like, no. But it's like Roman Reigns' reign is done. It came to a logical conclusion, and you see what's happening now. Now it's boring. It's like, oh, the brothers aren't, or the Usos aren't into it. It's like, I don't care.
Literally not care less. I literally
yeah.
Just break them up now. Someone needs to power slam Paul Heyman. I've decided that. I see Paul Heyman come out, I have the urge to retch. It's actually bad. Like, I start dry heaving because he comes out and it's like, oh, my tribal chief. I'm like, okay, I figured it out, guys. Tell Paul Heyman to stay home for a long, long time. I don't want to see him anymore. Because when he comes out, immediately I'm like, all right, so my tribal chief, I'm on the phone. I don't care. Take Solo Sikoa, take his taped up thumb, shove it up his ass, and tell him to come back when he's ready. Because Cody Rhodes is right. He ain't ready.
Yeah.
It's just so awful now. The bloodline is over. Like, I'm with Kevin Owens. Sammy, give it up. It's over, Johnny. Move on.
Yeah, it is over.
Like, you got Indus-Share, you got Imperium, you got Judgment Day, you got Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
That's just the guys I know on Raw. Right?
And Viking Raiders are really cool, and they don't do anything.
No, because everything's bloodline. Everything's like, oh, dude, like, why is Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns fighting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Crown Jewel? Why?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm like, are you going to let Roman and Solo win? Are you going to have the Usos turn on? I'm like, if they take the tag team titles off Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I will literally barf.
I will actually barf too. And who decides title matches? Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm going to take these titles. It's like, and why does he have two belts? Why is he still walking around with two belts then? If this whole thing, no, was it Jim Cornette? I think it was Jim Cornette who's like, you literally created another belt because the guy that has the belts doesn't do anything. So your solution was to create another belt. Like, what is happening right now? How can this be happening?
It's just bad. It's just really bad ideas. I don't know if it's Vince or if it's Triple H or whoever, but whoever's coming.
It doesn't matter who it is.
It doesn't matter who it is. That person needs to be fired.
Yeah. Anything else? I mean, I'm good. We're approaching the hour mark, which is what we try to do anyway.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens next week. This week was like, okay, NXT was fun. That's about it.
NXT is what I look forward to. The other two, I'm like, I get little things here and there. Becky comes out, I'm happy. I see the complaint department, I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy. I'm just like baffled because I like almost all, like, there's not one woman there who I dislike, but I just don't understand what they're doing with a lot of them.
Right.
That's my problem.
Even Bailey.
Well,
like,
this damage control thing is being dragged out 100 years.
yeah, it's done. So
it was
like
done a few months ago. So
yeah,
call it a day, man.
Call it.
End of
All
line,
right, guys. End of line. Yeah, end of line, man. You're right. All right, guys. Well, then hopefully we'll see you on Friday for the Transformers talk. I did get, I'll show these off better, but I got the Transformer manga complete collections.
Nice.
So they're pretty neat. So I'll show these better on Friday. So that's that. And then Saturday on Gray Malkin's channel, talk about Giant Size X-Men #1. And then Monday is going to be Legion of Superheroes. We're continuing on talking about every friggin' appearance of the Legion of Superheroes since Adventure Comics 247. It's going to be like decades of appearances, but I plan on living forever, so we're going to make sure to get through them all. All right, if we don't see any of those times, then we'll see you for the next weekly Women of Wrestling stream. Take care, guys.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.